How's it going, film and TV fans? Welcome back to another review here on the Off the Cuff Film Reviews YouTube channel. Today we are once again diving into the Friday the 13th franchise with the latest installment in the Friday the 13th reviewed series, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, which, I'll be damned, is actually okay. It's pretty decent. It's definitely not as good as the last one, but it is, without a doubt, one of the better installments in this franchise, because it isn't shit. It still has those elements, but I think what really makes it good is because it continues what the last one continued, which is actually have a story and a characters and try and have this Laurie Strode-like character in Tommy over here, Tommy Jarvis. Obviously, it doesn't stick after this one, unfortunately. But having had Tommy Jarvis in parts 5, 6, and 7, make them feel like their own trilogy. Which is cool, because it works. However, it would be its own trilogy if 5 wasn't the final chapter. Which it isn't. Sorry, not... 4, 5, and 6. My bad. 4, 5, and 6. He was in the final chapter. He was in part 5, which is the best one in my humble opinion. Then he was in this one. But this one, like again, it's not even that bad because it actually has some interesting kills. It has some great character moments. I like the sheriff in this one. I like the whole thing they dig him up at the beginning. It's a pretty good film. Another one I would recommend out of this shit show of a franchise. And another one that feels like it was made with passion over money in mind, which, you know, I can't say because I haven't seen if they were successful at box office numbers or not, watched the kill counts or done the research because, let's face it. But yeah. It's an enjoyable film. It's one I, for one, quite enjoyed seeing Jason be magnified. I think the whole premise of him being resurrected is interesting. I will also point out that the trailer I'm using here isn't the official one. It's a Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives modernized theatrical trailer by the Super Castle, which I will be linking in the description. I'll be using these for, I think, the next 2 at least, I think. So, you know, just a word of advice. I don't mean any copyright infringement or anything. It was the best trailer I could find. It actually works quite well. So, I thought I would just use it, you know. It's a good movie. It definitely has the self-awareness in it as well, I should mention, which works quite well for the moments it's in. It is one of the better ones of this franchise. I still think that 5 is the best one. But this is still a very good movie. I think as we go forward to the next 3, which brings us to the end of this franchise actually, so fuck me. We've had a journey. But it's important to note that whatever I think about the next ones going forward, this was a good film. It may not be a incredible end to the franchise like other films have been, but it's a good film. I don't know how the rest are going to go, because fucking hell. But this was good. I enjoyed this movie. Again, Manfrini's score, pretty decent. I like the paintball thing, that was quite funny. Like I said, I like the sheriff and his daughter characters are quite cool. Yeah, it has some very nice kills that aren't all teens again. The one thing that got me from the beginning was we were back at the camp, but in this movie's defense, we spend pretty much 0.000 of this movie in the camp, which works for me personally. And yeah, I just think it's an enjoyable installment in this cluster fuck of a franchise. But I can't help but think that it could have been a tad better. Not, it couldn't be any worse. Trust me. But it could have been more presentable, I suppose. But it does have that self-awareness one. It is the self-aware one, which I can respect. Which, saying it's a self-aware one, but it came out in what, 1986? Question mark. Yeah, 1986. You know, directed by Tom McLaughlin, who also wrote the movie. So you know that's right there says enough. And yeah, this is a good movie. I'll give you that. An enjoyable one too, actually. And the one I would recommend out of all the movies in this franchise. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my review of Friday the 13th, Part 6. A movie that, you know, it's still quite fun. And again, this whole franchise is just a clusterfuck of everything. And I won't lie, hasn't had the best shelf life over the years either. And it really isn't any kind of replacement for fucking Halloween, because that franchise has had its bumps in the road, but it hasn't. But they have all been incredibly enjoyable in my personal opinion. Every Halloween movie has an enjoyability to it. Even 5, 6, Resurrection, they have some enjoyability to them, and I would still watch Halloween Resurrection over most of these movies. I won't lie. It's a franchise that, going in, I knew it as one of the, you know, the pillars of the slasher, almost like one of the pillars of horror icons. You know, you have Freddy Krueger, you have Michael Myers, and you have Jason Voorhees. Now, going into this franchise, I had the experience with Michael Myers already. I have had no experience with Freddy Krueger yet, or Pinhead. He's like the fourth one, but those are the top 3: Jason, Freddy, and Michael. And going in expecting, obviously knowing that this is one of the pillars of the horror franchises, it's kind of bemuses me that it is as weak a franchise than it actually is, because it's kind of, you know, like Michael Myers, all of those things are enjoyable. Here they just feel low budget, cheap, which, don't get me wrong, some of the Halloween movies are, but here they feel like they were really low budget on purpose so they could make as much money as physically possible off of them, and some fucking how they kept making money, which is really fucking weird. But anyway, as we move on to the next installment in the franchise, Part 7, Jason Takes Manhattan, which was released in... Sorry, not Part... Jesus fucking Christ. Part 7, The New Blood, released in 1988. Yeah, that's the next one. Thanks so much for watching my review of Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and yeah, bye bye for now.